what do you have to go ka yi nwe iku maka mbem because ekwuom ọja ekwuom mbem ọ dị ka ji na mmanụ na kedu mbem ọ ejima ọja gaa n'iru
ihe a ekwu kịta bụ ọnwụ na anyị na-ede article n'Igbo ọ na anyị na-ede academic article n'Igbo ihe a nwee ezigbo title brilliant na mbem ejima ọja.
I just introduced it for the first time. I don't think I've heard anybody say it.
Mbem n'ọjakwu. Mbem, otu a Gregorian chant dịkwa. Chant, mbem o chant. You know, otu a ka mbem dị. Ọ ga ọgbatu. Ọ ga ọgbatu. N'ọrụ m n'omume mma. Ọ dịkọdị mụ na-egwu bịa n'ụbịa gịle egwu. Nachi egwu erune. Nachi egwu erune. Otu a ka ọ dịkwa n'ọja. Even the notes of Oja can turn to mbem, and the notes of mbem can turn to the notes of Oja. So it's a very rich tradition.
It's intertwined. Imana, I am the transportation of the metamorphosis. Hi, Oyibo. Hi.
So only also bujiri makana asụsụ ala nna.
I am about the Oja metaphorize into the recent culture. Now, like Oja Geta is from a traditional local music, Bayana Afrobeat, without mentioning the likes of Zoro, Melo Ogene as a song, Tinyo Woloda Fuli, Flavor, just like you said, Ijele. I think I've heard Fino do something with Oja. Then Casey, Oja Piano. And then Igwe Credo, my friend, is doing well. Then there is another guy called Ojazi too. That is, we will not mention some of these things without mentioning people that have played roles, because these are the references. Ndiabo and you now, because you played a part with Ijele, you played a part in all these things now. It's just that you are officially launching now. All no abi hebocha Paul ayin na emo Bible Oja ayin. Papa umobili bova.
Their grandfather, actually.
Yeah, okay, their grandfather.
Yeah, ezigbo Igbo bụ mụta aja na mụtaze ụmụ.
Okay, ndị a bụ ndị nọ na Old Testament anyị. Unu abụfebuzi Paul, Luke, Matthew fa. Without mentioning, ka eyi nwe ike ikwu maka ndị aseticha this foundation, please.
Oh, Yambaba. Gbam dizikwa both intellectual and spiritual and entertaining, and you see, as Igbo Igbo, let's talk about transitioning and the Igbo way of transitioning.
Please go ahead.
As Igbo Igbo say, gụchara egwu ọ nọ na-agụ na-asị na ọ na-ahanyekwa aja na nwa egwu. Na that track, ọ sị onye emekwana ka obili Igbo n'egwu. Mgbe ụfọdụ ọgwụ sị ọ ka nlobe ibe m na-agụ. Ọgwụ ọgbọ onwe break ọsị obili Igbo jikere nwayọ. Ọkwa onye na-akụrụ ya ekwesị ya jikere nwayọ na onye ji nwayọ adịghị emerụ ahụ. He knew too much. It came to him naturally. Mana ọwụghị ihe generation ya mee ka the next generation ya eme. Ndị Igbo ụma ihe ọkwa maka ndị a na-asị awụ otu a ka nna onye gị nwa iji bi ụwa ka ikwu nke ị bịara ime.
Ị ka ga-abụ nna mmadụ.
Ị ka ga-abụ nna mmadụ. Onye a ebicha ndụ gị anwụ, onye a bịa ọka na-ekwu otukwa nna nke gị. That means we are not living for the next 300 years. We are not living for the next 1,000 years. Maka Igbo ama anwụ Igbo wụkwa akwụ. So obili Igbo fụ ya wee si onye emekwana ka obili Igbo n'egwu. Ajana buru ụbọ. Morocco go ya wụkwa mkwu. Morocco go ya n'okwu. In one of his interviews. ọ sị na aja na burukwa n'ụba chọọ ịkpọ egwu Obiligbo o kweghị ọkpụkpọ. But I won't think of it na o kweghị ọkpụkpọ. Music probably was not even his calling. Onwe ihe ndị ọzọ o mee succeed.
Yes.
But then the fact na ọ bịakwa ịgụ dị egwu kpọkwa ya ka Obiligbo si kpọọ ya is a challenge. Kedu ndị succeed? Ụmụ Obiligbo bịa baa studio kwọrọ onwe ha egwu with ma gita o ma ihe na-adị na ya. Olisa gọzie ụmụnne m ụlọ m ọba. Ọ ha nwagọta ihe grandfather ha.
Ọzọ na akụnwafọ.
Yes, onye emekwana ka Obiligbo na-egwu. That means ọnwụ ha every time ị na-egbu ọja ka esi mgbe gboo egburie dibịa egburie nke egburie. Yes, who is the dibia of your time? Mgbe ahụ mgbe na-eso obi asịka ọnya nwa ụdị
Chief priest.
The dibia of my time ọnya the visionary leader mkpụrụ ọja na-eso amamịghọta. So it is in that transition, it is in that movement into the future ka a culture na-atọ atọ. And it's very important. And so talking of flavor, the foundations Harley for Igbo music, they did a great job. Ogene aha enwe na school mgbe a ịma na-akụ na Garaba Square, people are gathered and all. Fine. And see the group. That was before Zoro release. I'm going to give you 3 instances of how I felt that a trend was coming. Before Zoro release Ogene. And see how ka ije studio. Ka record Ogene and ka express na hip hop. We never went to that studio. I But I'll go to Nigeria and the structure to push the music, right? Nah, no, one day I was on no. I was for again. You know what I mean? Chineke God. I was like, brilliant. I wouldn't have even done it that way, but I knew that it was time for such a thing. Brilliant work. Then Ijere wrote, fortunately, I was the artist that was in the Bunyo Janya. Nge eji moja, ejuzu moja, 7 that day, Nche kenka. Wagaji sim, oje mweku keen, say no never. He was very keen. Very deep guy. Pay attention to him, make it until nweta ọja ya aba. Egbu m 2 different ọja, nke mgbu na mbido. Ihe mbara ọja ha wu nneọma. Then Mbuzie this Chioma at a later part of the song. So all these transitions, and these are things we need to document, both in stories, in Gbam, podcasts, in ka onye na-eto ọmarụ ka ife si ebido. Ọ bụrụ ya dapụta one day egbu ofu ọja, ọ gagodu global, ọ gagodu viral. Ọkwa gị gbugbu nke ize agbukwa ọzọ ya aga. But learn the ropes. Learn the ropes. And so until Casey, in 2022, you can confirm this. In 2022, I went to Freedom Park. Where Roger? No, Gerald, Freedom Park is in Lagos. Gerald, you play for us. You play Roger today. Where Roger, Freedom Park. Bago stage. No rehearsal. We make a go experimentation Roger. Ka m kwụcha ya with ndị nọ na village na-aga different cities na-experiment with DJ before ndị DJ akpọba ndị ọja been doing it. So DJ on that day 2022 gbanye m ama piano sound. Are you listening? I'm a piano beat. Without rehearsal, I jumped on the music. This thing got people crazy. I've never even tried it. So Shadi Bobo, bia weru video here. Weru nese video. See Afrobeat, lele. Like this is Afrobeat, and this is what we're talking about. And I got a standing ovation after the performance. So Mr. Lawson, Mr. Theo Lawson, na table hakan. I got to the table again. So one man introduced himself as hi, I can't remember his name now. And I know his name very well. I'll remember later. Introduced himself to me, and he runs a jazz music program in radio station on Lagos Talks. And that program, I was the second academic musician graduate. The first person was Professor Christian Onyeji. I was invited to that program. I did this Oja and Amapiano again. So, and we discussed how Oja is expressing jazz. He had in John, what John Coltrane did, what Louis Armstrong did with the trumpets. That level of seriousness, that level of musicianship, trumpets are one instruments. And these were slaves taken to America.
Yes.
Free men, they were not slaves. They were people taken to America and forced into slavery. And they saw the trumpet, saxophone. Now had their ojando, band, they had everything. Because the white man told Jonah, the oboe and the drums will call down their ancestors. They were correct because drums in Africa talks, Oja talks. Anya de music you don't make music in vain. And music is functional. So these guys, the John Coltrane, the Louis Armstrongs, the Miles Davis, that is the level of musicianship I'm expressing with the actual instrument. When you're listening to John Coltrane on the trumpets, as far as I'm concerned. When you listen to, in fact, it's track Africa, when we are about Africa. When you listen to Louis Armstrong, listen to Little Walter on the blues harmonica. That was the conversation we were having in that radio station. What happened? I did the Ojandama piano too. People were calling in, talking, commenting, and all. 2023, all this happened in Lagos, right? From Freedom Park, the show, I went to the jazz program in Lagos Talks. This was December 2022. And the program was recorded, so the record is still there. 2023, I traveled to America to, deliver a lecture at Dartmouth College. On my way back, I, got this vibe. Oja and Amapiano would be a good blend. I arrived in Nigeria. By then, I wasn't signed to record label yet. I was signed to record label down October. So I got back around April or so, April or May. Now I got my producer, guys, let's do an Ojanda piano. I feel it's coming. I feel like this is the new sound. I woke up one morning and I heard. I was like, I said this, but I was happy that someone did it. My name is Mbem. Because there is need for a face. Oja piano. But where is the face? Who is playing the Oja? Oja is not guitar. Ojazi and Igwe Credo, they had a point here and there, but I don't exactly agree with everything that happened. That they said you learn the ropes. But they had a point that Oja is not guitar. If you say, we paid you the way a guitarist was paid, it is not true. It's not the same. It's just that the person who played the Oja did not understand Oja or guitar. Because it is the Oja that is the sound, the energy of that music. Credit to Casey for that brilliant idea. And his entire team. When the controversy started, I told someone, this is a teamwork. I watched some videos and I've been seeing this guy go to his house, play Oja for him. And I know how my music has evolved. So I suspect, this was before any accounts even came out clearly. I suspect that because this guy was playing this Oja, the same way I walked into Freedom Park and I said, Gerald, play for us now. And DJ put on my piano and I jumped on it with the Oja. I said, so this was a journey. It's not like, it's a whole teamwork. And this is where now they are correct. Because your own role is Oja. Someone thought out this idea. The person has to benefit too. Someone, funded it. Someone did this. Someone that structures. And don't have any but I had a structure. I had an emotion. I have baba. Because one, you gotta go do once. Like a egwuregwu si na mgboro one ka ife ga-eme gị mara ife atụọla ọmalụ onye nke izi si na mgboro ịtọ oke ya ezigbo ọkpọ na o nwezi onye nke zata ya si na o mee ihe nke izi bụ na ama ha ama na nke ịbụọ ya bụ na mkpachara anya ọsị ya nwa m na ịzata gị. So telling these stories is for people to know. Ọwụkwa echi o nwere ụdị ịchaka ihe akụrụ mmadụ n'egwu egwu ahụ ịchaka ahụ dị egwu ogene ụbọ ọkpọkọrọ ikoro ekwe. These instruments maka ịkpọ ya mkpọkọrọ, these instruments are bigger than us and there is need for a face, and that's the much I try to do for the culture, to give a face to this art. And that, when I say Namapotago, that's what I mean. To give a face. Before me, now study. So it's been a tradition, and credit to all these guys. Credit to Fino. Credit to Christians and Ibokwe. As far back as
yes. Yes.
You will hear
yes.
and so on. That's another sound, but how they call either recorder or keyboard KG yeah. No another sound. And I'm sure
in the video somebody was actually blowing Oja.
Yeah, but the recording of Buroja.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure the difficulty was, like I said, when I went to Flavor, I knew what key, check your jank. And the difficulty then onye egbu ọja ahụ nọrọ na daki maka ịkpọta onye na-egbu ọja onwe ihe gbasa ya na do, nwekwu ihe kwesịrị ịgbasa ya na do, maka na ọja anaghị anụ do, ọ gị nwa na-egie nwere ike interpret as do. Ọja is bigger than do. Ọja is beyond staff notation. In fact, I get disappointed when some people tell me, "Hi, that the great thing this guy has done is that he has put it to staff." I'll frown, but I won't say anything, because look, what are you saying? Put it to staff. Because ihe ndị ọcha niile ime ha anya ka ndị ọcha ya elevate ya ọwụ eziokwu. Ọja need odo na staff. So I'm sure they had that difficulty, with egwu Christianity ndị Igbo teta nọ n'ụra wee weruzie keyboard mee still okay. The reason ọnụ ọra bụkwa recorder ka eji egbu ọja niile adị n'egwu ọ na ha ada ka ọja. So you see that ọja, you can even begin to discuss it, that ọja is beyond a particular instrument. Ọja is an energy. Ọja is a vibration. Ọja is sound. Ọja is a whole entity. Ubuka. And you also look at Pericoma. You give tribute to Pericoma. You give tribute to Osuma Malaika. These are people who were bringing Ọja into their music. Osuma Malaika. And Osuma Malaika kanji Ọja na-ege egwu eji nwa nna ya bụrụ ya n'anya. Du ọja ka ha yuzuru. So I learned as a kid in Osuma, I was listening to Teresa Honor, I was listening to Pericoma. So these are people we should salute for holding that Ọja tradition, and also to Nollywood, because when I was GS in their class in Zimbabwe, where have you heard? Do you know this instrument, Obo? I said no. He said, okay, it is Oboaka. Because in the Nigerian people's culture, the musical aspect of it, we record Ghana class. I will play the music. I believe what you this instrument. Yeah, it's only Ọja. I said, where have you heard it? I say, where have you heard it? Most of them will say Nollywood movies. What scene in that movie? When Mama Emeka is about to poison Mama Nkechi, when the Igwe has died, when people are going to the evil, they have to send someone to the evil forest. Completely negative things. I agree at church, but that's the reality. But at least Nollywood did something. It wasn't only negative, but Oja became the sound of epic movies. And a lot of epic movies, I had Evil Forest. Mama Emeka Yetinye n'ọgwụ, which was not always what happened in the traditional Igbo culture, but so credit to Nollywood. But then the creative interpretation, they Gazi beyond the whole negative, special kudos to Casey and Ojazi. Because that's if Ojazi had walked through the ropes, that piece is Casey featuring Ojazi. That's at best. But all experience here on Turunaga. And I think that it is time. This is the African time. It is time. And in this time, ọkwa n'ọja ka eji ba ebe a na-aga. Ọkwa na-egwu ya na-akpalite mmụọ ka ya na-agụzikwa. Anyị agbagokwanụ bọmbọm, shake bọmbọm, I want to blow, I get money, I want to smoke Igbo. Anyị agụgokwanụ ya na ọ dị mma. Anya ya atọwụrụ ụmụazị. We are a serious race. Let's take our life seriously. Ife dị n'iru ebuka. Ka anyị ghara ije na ngọzi Chineke debere anyị n'iru jee na ya ka ndị bịara igwu egwu. Let's go to these things as serious people. Doesn't mean we won't dance. Na-agbụ ya. So my interpretation, it should drop soon. My interpretation of Mike Ejeagha's Enyi. When you listen to it, you see, you got ebe egwu na-aga. When you listen to Uchu, my track, listen to it. You got ebe egwu na-aga. So I thank Fairborn Records for giving me the foundation. Ka agụ ghara ịgụgụ m ebe nna asị ka ọ gbara obodo maka na ewu ọra na-enye nri agụụ na-agụ